Hey, what's up? I'm Ara, aka I Zebra, and welcome back to the channel. As season 1 of House of the Dragon prepares to draw to a close, we have one more time jump before the show starts to slow down to a more traditional pace. Between episodes 7 and 8, 6 years will have passed by. As we know, a lot can change in a Westeros minute, and 6 years is quite some time to skip, so a lot has happened off screen that we will not see. Well, don't worry, that's why I'm here. So I'm going to break down what happened during the 6 years and what we may be able to expect from episode 8. Please be advised, this video will be pulling from Fire and Blood, and as we have seen, there have been some big changes to what we thought we knew from Fire and Blood. So there may be some spoilers in this video. With that out of the way, we have a lot to get to, so let's get to it. Let's start with the Westeros Brady Bunch. That is Princess Rhaenyra and Prince Daemon's beautiful blended family on Dragonstone. It's been 6 years since Rhaenyra and Daemon tied the knot, and their family has grown quite a bit. The couple welcomed 2 sons, the princes Aegon and Viserys. There is a new dragon in the family since young Prince Aegon bonded with his hatchling Stormcloud. The couple has clearly been getting down to it, as Rhaenyra is currently expecting their 3rd child in episode 8, their daughter Visenya. As their family grows, so do their elder children from their previous marriages to the Velaryon siblings Laenor and Laena. Rhaenyra's eldest son, Jacaerys, aka Jace, is now a teenager and a squire. He rides his dragon Vermax that we saw in episode 6 and is betrothed to his cousin and now stepsister, Baela Targaryen. We did see the two holding hands in episode 7 at Laena's funeral, and she's the one that wakes Jace up to see who stole Vhagar. I imagine during these 6 years, they would have grown pretty close to one another. Baela now rides her dragon Moondancer, so I like to picture Jace and Baela riding their dragons together due to most of their immediate family being fond of riding. Baela's twin sister Rhaena Targaryen is still not a dragon rider at this time, but she remains hopeful that her egg will one day hatch. Like her sister Baela, she is also engaged to her stepbrother and cousin Lucerys Velaryon. From some of the stills of episode 8, it appears Rhaena and her stepmother Rhaenyra have grown quite close, and she may possibly be her lady in waiting. Her betrothed, Lucerys, aka Luke, has grown up a bit as well. He is also a squire like his older brother Jace and a dragon rider of Arrax. Jace and Luke's younger brother Joffrey is now around the age of 6. As the last we saw, he was a newborn in episode 6. He has a small dragon of his own that he is bound to Tyraxes. As Laenor died when he was an infant, Daemon is the only father figure he knows. He is also close in age with his younger brother Aegon. What is going to be a very noticeable difference between the two brothers is that Aegon will be Rhaenyra's firstborn child with the traditional Targaryen 613 hair, which will obviously raise some eyebrows. But let's travel from Dragonstone along with my good sis Baela on Moondancer to Driftmark. Lord Corlys and Princess Rhaenys will now be 6 years into mourning the loss of their children, Laena and Laenor. As we saw, the beginning of a rift between the pair was starting to grow during Laena's funeral, and unfortunately, I believe it continues during the 6 years since their loss. During this time, the matters of succession of Driftmark would certainly be a continued sore spot between the pair. Lord Corlys wants Lucerys Velaryon, the legal second son of Laenor Velaryon, to inherit after him. However, Rhaenys wants her granddaughter, Baela, the eldest of the twins by her daughter Laena, to inherit as she questions Lucerys' legitimacy. Rhaenys is not the only one who questions this, as Corlys' brother Vaemond wants to press his claim as well, as traditionally he would be the one to inherit over Baela if they're going by strict agnatic primogeniture law. Expect this to be a hot topic of episode 8. Since we're discussing matters of the succession, let's travel across the Blackwater to King's Landing with the Roy family. I mean, King Viserys and the Targ Tower kids. As King Viserys I's health continues to worsen, his wife, Queen Alicent, and her father, the Hand of the King, Sir Otto Hightower, continue to plot and scheme to undermine Viserys' proclamations and legal decree of Princess Rhaenyra being his heir, and rallied to gather support for Alicent's eldest son and child, Prince Aegon Targaryen, to inherit instead. Prince Aegon, now most likely in his very early 20s, possibly late teens, has changed quite a lot, but in a lot of ways not at all. For starters, he is now officially wed to his sister, Princess Helaena, and a father. He and Helaena have 3 children together, the twins Jaehaerys and Jaehaera, and a baby boy, Maelor. As we saw in episode 7, both Helaena and Aegon are dragon riders, as we see them riding Dreamfire and Sunfire. I wish I could say their union is a happy one, but as we saw, he wasn't too fond of marrying her in the first place, and like his uncle Prince Daemon advises Rhaenyra, he finds his pleasures elsewhere. Prince Aegon continues to be drunk and promiscuous, and will have fathered a few bastards by now. Meanwhile, Helaena seems to be a doting mother to their children, and I believe she'll continue to have her dragon dreams. While his siblings grow their family, Prince Aemond does not. Now in his late teens and the rider of the fearsome Vhagar, Aemond became just a mini great value version of Daemon. He becomes a formidable swordsman, political player, and a skilled dragon rider. Prince Aemond, surprisingly to most, remains unbetrothed and a highly eligible bachelor, which is going to be very, very important once we draw closer to the upcoming war. He is Sir Otto and Queen Alicent's greatest weapon, due to his devotion to their cause, his skills with the sword, bloodlust, and most importantly, Vhagar. They have been preparing him for the upcoming conflict for years. Aemond is definitely going to be the one to watch out for. We still have no word or mention of Daeron yet. At this time, he would be in Old Town as a cupbearer to his great-uncle, the Lord Hightower. Daeron remains to be unmentioned in the series. Rhaenyra's absence from King's Landing is taken full advantage of by the Greens, led by Alicent and Otto. Alicent is leaning into her piety and moral righteousness, along with Otto's tenure as Hand, to justify why their side is the best option. Also, patriarchy. As they begin to rally support to Aegon's claim before Viserys dies. As we now see, the current small council is predominantly made up of Green supporters. Not to spoil too much on who is on what side, I'll just list the current members of King Viserys' small council that we will see in episode 8. Outside of the obvious, Hand of the King, Sir Otto Hightower, and his daughter, the Queen Alicent Hightower. We have Lord Lyman Beesbury and Sir Tywin Lannister that are still sitting on the council. We can also see Grand Maester Orwyle and Lord Jasper Ironrod Weil that have joined the council. Usually the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard has a seat at the council, and that position still belongs to Sir Harold Westerling. In the show, we haven't seen many of the other 7 members of the Kingsguard outside of Sir Harold Westerling and Sir Crispin Cole. But in episode 8, 3 more members will be given some screen time. The twins, Sir Eric and Sir Eric, and Sir Stefan Darkling. I would imagine Lara Strong is still working in the shadows of King's Landing against another mistress and competitor of Whispers, Missaria. With only a few episodes left until the end of season 1, we are drawing to the end of the prologue of the Dance of Dragons and right into the thick of it. Once King Viserys I dies, the knives will be out and blood will spill on both sides, as the Greens and Blacks vie for power and the right to rule on the Iron Throne. At this time of the recording, I have not seen episode 8 yet. I believe King Viserys will be dead by early episode 9, if not the very end of episode 8. Let's say if the episode ends with Helaena and her children saying goodnight to Viserys, it's over for him. Well, let me know what you think. Do you think Viserys makes it to the season finale or goes sooner? For more on my thoughts of each episode, check out the Direwolf City YouTube page and watch our live after shows on Monday nights at 8:30 p.m. or the replays on the channel. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future uploads. See you next time. Bye.